Hey, hello leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr. and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So today we're going to continue going back into the vault, but I really want to point out some things. Today we're going to be talking about mental models and specifically leadership mental models. Now, when I talk about mental models, I want to talk about how your leadership styles and your leadership beliefs are rooted into what you've been told about leadership basically your whole life and what you've experienced about leadership your whole life. So without further ado, let's get into the vault and talk about leadership mental models back from season 1. Let's face it, we are set in our ways. We know what we are doing for the most part, and we know we're good at it. However, what if we discover we are doing things not the best? What if we find out there are better ways to do things we have been doing our whole lives? What if we were to find out that our routine habits need to be altered, need to be corrected? Well, many times we get very resistant to altering our set ways. We may not mind change in general, but when we get into changing our deep-rooted values and/or habits, most of us are going to get defensive and be resistant. So have you ever wondered why? Have you ever wondered why it's so difficult for us to run to our challenges of changing our mindset about various things, especially our values and our habits? Well, do you know what cookies are? Now, I'm not talking about the ones with the chocolate chip chunks in there and the peanut butter in them that I can't resist. I'm talking about your computer cookies. The cookies that allow your computers to go to various websites faster because it's been there before and it has that memory. Well, I'm not exactly an expert brain person, but I know enough to know that our brains have memories that work a lot like the cookies in our computer. Our brains take us places quickly. Our brains remember certain things and automatically take us there. And these memories are our brain's mental models. Now, our mental models can be really impactful on our thinking, and they make up a lot of our perceptions. However, they can also put us in difficult situations if we're trying to communicate with people who have completely different mental models or perceptions than we have on certain topics. So the real question is can we clear or refresh our brain's mental models like we can our computer cookies? Well, to answer that, I would say kinda, sorta, but not really. You can refresh your mental models, but it is very challenging. Hence today's challenge of leadership mental models. So the best way to always be checking your personal mental models is to question them. Basically, continually ask yourself if your perceptions and/or mental models are correct. Ask yourself if your mental models are accurate. Question whether or not things have changed and if you need to refresh your way of thinking or your habits. If we as leaders can learn to do this, man, it opens up a very large list of opportunities because we will begin to see the world around us differently, with essentially a new set of eyes, from a new perspective, maybe even from somebody else's eyes. And that can create exciting opportunities for you as a leader and for your entire team. On a final note, I want to challenge you today to start questioning your routine thoughts and actions. What can you do better? What can you do more efficiently? What do you need to tweak a little bit in your thinking to bring it up to speed to the most current way to think? Then start challenging your team to question their routine mental models. Ask them to question their habits. Hey, as always, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and please be sure to subscribe and enable your Alexa flash briefing so you never miss another episode. If you like this episode, please be sure to give me a 5-star review, and I'd love it if you shared this briefing with friends, coworkers, and every leader you know. Feel free to contact me at Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. I'd love to hear what your greatest leadership challenges are so I can feature them on future episodes. Thank you, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges.